let's talk TikTok. So this platform recently just decided to ban my account for no reason. My account no longer exists. I had a TikTok account. I don't comment on TikTok. I just go there, post my stuff, and I'm out. I don't even scroll TikTok. I think I've owned the account for like a year, and I think the whole year I've only commented on like 2 posts. I've only liked like 7 posts. I just go there, post I had 70 something followers. I was just another social media, a free platform for me to keep my content, my videos, and just put out my ideas. And then I just woke up last week, some random day. I actually found this out from my Linktree. I sent my Linktree to some friends, and then the next day I was like, you know what, let me go and edit the order of these. And then while I'm editing, I click on my TikTok and they tell me they couldn't find the account. I was like, oh, maybe I misspelled the username. So I open on my phone and it tells me you've been logged out. I'm like, cool, it's okay, I'll log back in. Which I try to log back in using my email or the username, and here's where it gets annoying. And the password, and it just tells me, it takes you through all this shit of theirs, trying their AI for free, of course. Why not make you do work? And account doesn't exist. I'm like, what the fuck? So I got forgot password. I put in my email address I shouldn't put my email address online. But I put in my email address, which I'd used, and they sent me a one-time code, which I brought back. And still my account couldn't be found. So this tells me 2 things. 1, my account still does exist because they still have my email, they still have my data, they still have my information. So my account does still exist. They have my email. By the time you can send one-time pins to an email, you still have it. You still have the account. You still have the data. And then they still have, but they're just not giving it to me. So I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, okay, cool. I've never been banned for all the years of being on social media. My first accounts were from 2009, Facebook, Twitter. I've never known. And even though on any other platform, when you get banned or an account gets closed, there's always ways you can recover. They tell you, oh, maybe you are being hacked, prove that it's you, and you get back your page. So I, look up how to get unbanned on TikTok. So I do a bunch of research, and turns out this is where I got the title of this video from. At the end of the day, TikTok is just another inferior Chinese product trying to disguise itself as something that it's actually not, and trying to lie to us that at the end of the day, that's what it is. No matter how big it gets, just another Chinese product that's lying to us. That's just an inferior. Anyway, so I do my research and realize this has been happening. It just wakes up one day and they just ban your account. No warning, no nothing, and there's nothing you can do. Of course, when I looked on TikTok, there were people who found a bunch of ways, around it, but this is insane. Like, for a social media platform that's big, you don't just wake up. There's even one I don't even remember what thread. That's how weird this is. There's one thread I found that was just like, oh yeah, they do that. They just wake up one day and ban thousands of accounts, just so. They won't tell you why. Of course, it's always some shit like account violation. But again, I do not comment. I just post my things, my life. I don't even retweet things. I don't even do anything, you see. So, of course, you look up why and how to restore it. There are videos on how to get it restored, and you have to make an appeal as if you did something wrong. But that's not what the point of this video is. The point of this video to me is, even when you go to, just look at this. When you go to login, okay, and then sign up, this is just on web. But on mobile, to me, it seems like what most people, if you read most of those comments, what most people do is they just open another account. I don't want to go through the hassles. And I used to hear this before. Now, unfortunately, the people who go through this and are not, well tech conference, and they just think they were hacked, and they usually say, "Oh, my account was hacked and I lost it," and they just open another account. But here's the thing: TikTok still has your data. Remember, when I do forgot password, they still have my email. They still have your phone number. They still have. So when you open another one, they'll count that as a new account. And then they'll come out reporting, "Oh, TikTok has this many billion users." But do they? If they just wake up one day and just ban 1,000 accounts, and then those 1,000 people open like 1,000 new accounts, but they still have these 1,000 accounts in their records. They still have their emails. They still have. So now they'll tell you we have 2,000 users. It was just the 1,000 who they banned, and then those opened another 1,000. But they'll still report, because that's what they report when they're reporting these things. They report emails and phone numbers. These are the many users we have. Yet in reality, no. Plus, also, who I've never, of all the banning things I've ever gone through, I've never picture this. I've never seen this on their social media. They usually tell you. Let me first search up something. Yeah, they usually tell you when you're being banned or when something is wrong. They usually tell you, give a reason, and then give you what happened and how you can go about it. But again, at the end of the day, TikTok is just another inferior Chinese product trying to convince you that it's something that it's actually not, when it's actually not that thing. We all think this thing is actually big, but in reality, it's really not. It's really not. If you look up the statistics, Facebook is still far ahead. By far. Look at this. This is 3 billion. This is YouTube, 2 billion. This is Instagram, 2 billion. This is WhatsApp. WhatsApp is bigger than TikTok. What TikTok is just here. And I can't even trust this now. After what I've read, you go through these threads and read them yourself. After what I've read, it's insane. It seems all they do is wake up one day, ban 1,000 accounts, those 1,000 accounts, open new accounts, and they count now we have 2,000 accounts. It just all seemed shady to me, because that's not how the rest of the other, I don't know, I've never been banned, so maybe that's how Twitter and all the other guys do it. But again, in those places, you need to have violated something, and either you're spamming or you're over retweeting, or it's usually something justified. But if you go through most of the threads and most of the things online on how people get banned, it's just they just woke up one day, bah, nothing. They didn't do anything. Most of them are just innocent things, and which makes me think there's something else behind that. It's just they're trying to put on something else. The only thing I can think of is I tried to move, but again, that doesn't matter. I tried to change my region, because now I'm in the US. I tried to change my region to the US, and even that gave me red flags. It was like, are you sure? Like, the process of just put it in perspective. I know there's a whole China war thing, US thing, but the process of just changing a region, it felt like I'm telling them I'm going to another social media thing. It was so creepy. Are you sure? Hey, when you change, you lose all your chats. Do all the threats of how I lose everything if I change a region. Not delete account, not deactivate account, just change region to show that, I'm no longer in this region, I'm now in this region. That alone was just like, what the So anyway, that's my take on TikTok's banning thing. And if you ever find this and you get banned, just know it's not because of you. It's because TikTok is again another just inferior, shady Chinese company trying to convince you that it's something, when in reality it's not that thing. That's all I can conclude from this. We thought it's big. We thought, they have all these numbers. They have all these. But after reading all these things, I've never had that Facebook just wakes up one day and bans 1,000 accounts. And when you talk to those, or when you go and read the stories of those people, it's never really something significant. Like, honestly, all these results, everyone else, and when you go in the threads, it's just, I also got banned. I don't know what to do. This is weird. Me, 2 out of 3 accounts. Me, like, it's just the same thing that happened to me. You're just there. Your account is okay. You wake up the next day, account banned. No reason why. You don't know what you did. Most are just innocent people who are just using their TikTok accounts. You'd find people who were like, I had my 12K followers. I was growing my thing. It's some are saying, I'm hoping it's a glitch. That's weird. They're banning people left and right. I lost 2 big accounts over 300K over just with no explanation. So to me, it just feels like, this is my theory, and I'm pretty sure I'm wrong, but it just feels like it's just, because think about it. If I ban 1,000 accounts, I'm very sure those people are going to open new accounts. Well, at least 90% of them are going to show. But I still have these 1,000 accounts on record. I still have their emails. I still have their phone numbers. I still have their data on record. I still have that. You see. And I can sell that. I can sell your email. Yes, your account no longer exists, but your email is still useful to me. I can still sell it to all these data people. So you're going to open a new email, because when you come back, I don't know, I haven't tried to register again using the old email, but I'm guessing when you come back, they tell you, oh, you can't use that email. So that person will just find another email, register another account, and that's a fresh account that they'll add to the pile and count it as a new account. So when TikTok tells you they have, what was this, 1.5 billion, I'm sure in reality it's maybe like only 1.3 billion, and the rest are just those banned accounts and people replicating those accounts. And I used to see this back home. Like, that's why people have weird TikTok usernames. Because no one really cares about, maintaining integrity in this, versus someone's Facebook name. It's actually his Facebook name, or someone's Twitter user handle. It's actually, because they know this is an account I can grow and stay with someone's YouTube. But Twitter, it's always user 7, 8, because I think this is the thing that keeps happening, and they're doing it over and over and over, and they're just growing these fake numbers and collecting this data of people that's actually not based in reality. Because how else would you explain banning so many accounts for no reason and not giving them a clear, structured way to like restore your account? I don't know up to now how to restore an account. It's like appeal, you write letters, and I didn't want to go through all that. So logically, if I was like any other person, I'll just open a new one. That's what most of these comments and all these, when you look through, that's what most of these people are doing. They just open new ones and they just move on. They're like, okay, fine, that's gone, let's move on. But at the end of the day, they still have your old email, they still have your old data, they still have your old information, which they can sell, which they can use to train their AIs, which they can still use. It's still there with them. You just no longer have access to it, but that doesn't mean it's still not there. It's still there. They still have it, but they just won't give it to you. And then you're just going to open a new thing and give them more of that. And who knows, with time, they'll also ban that. So it's like this, it's very shady. Very, very shady, if you ask me. But anyway, like I said, at the end of the day, TikTok is just another inferior Chinese product that's trying to come off as something, a big social media platform, or just like another legit social media platform, when it's actually not. That's all I have to say. At the end of the day, just another inferior Chinese product doing shady shit.